Thank you. Change. Thank you.
We don't win this game. Our dreams are shattered.
That's a team right there, baby. Don't celebrate. This is how we gotta play.
Leave it. Leave it.
Go out there and beat Army.
It's the purest approach to the game is that you come to the ballpark as a member of the team, ready to play.
You make sure you get the shot you want. You understand that?
Everybody in the world said we'll choke. You didn't.
Two. Get a ticket. Get a ticket. Thank you. Change. Thank you. Are going to be able to get back in? I'm paying for two.
We're sold out right now. We'll only be able to let folks in as other folks leave.
Thomas Welch is the principal of East Jessamine High
You're
School.
welcome to come in and get in line.
On this
But it'll
January
be
night,
maybe
he has
a
the
while
thankless
before
task of
anybody
turning people away from the gym, where the East Jessamine Jaguars will take on the Lexington Catholic Knights. They've lined up here, even though the Kentucky Wildcats are playing at Florida, and that game's on TV.
Well, they did this the last time there was a big game and a few people left, and so if you hung around, you got in, you got lucky.
Will you hang around?
For a while.
How long?
20 minutes.
I mean, the Cats are playing tonight, aren't they?
Yes, they are, so there's always an option.
Yeah, it's going to be an all-out war here tonight.
High school basketball here is just like breathing. I mean, high school ball, there's going to draw a crowd no matter who's playing, really.
More than 100 people left in the cold. Not that surprising, really, considering high school basketball's prominent place in the culture of Kentucky. And these are the best two teams in the Lexington area. It wasn't always that way for Lexington Catholic, a private school. Everyone used to want the Knights for their homecoming games. An easy W. That is, until Coach Danny Haney came back to his alma mater 21 years ago and started building a powerhouse.
Settle down, settle down!
You've given up a lot of opportunities out there. There's absolutely no reason, Brian, you have 7 turnovers. Them not pressing us walking the ball up. You better get the eye, son. We need you in there. Harrison, get those rebounds.
He's never won a state championship, much to the delight of the Lexington public schools that refuse to play the Knights. Their charge? Lexington Catholic recruits. But East Jessamine has to play them. Catholic is in their district.
Now, Willie.
On this night, Lexington Catholic gets out of the Jaguar jungle with a 5-point win.
Get in the locker room, in the locker room.
Coach Haney is quick to usher his Knights to the sanctuary of the showers. No need to stir up any more bad blood. The kind that flows from a passionate heart of a state for which basketball is so vital.
They passed it back over to your man because you weren't on. You bring your whole crowd here. Act like a bunch of damn women.
It's right here. Right here. They drive from here down. We put it on the baseline, and you don't step up.
Time to get your hand. Hey, your ass.
The kind that's life-sustaining and quickens the pulse of every high school coach and player who are encouraged by Kentucky to dream of a state championship.
This is the game that you've all dreamed about playing in. Play in it just like you did in your dream.
It's an annual rite of winter for every high school basketball team in the state. All 274 of them.
Puts it up, it's good! It's good! It's good!
Public schools and private, city and county, large and small, with a shot at the title. It doesn't work that way with the state tournaments in New York, Maryland, California, North Carolina, or Indiana. But it does in Kentucky. Kentuckians prefer it this way. It's how they see themselves, leaving the door open for a dream.
We're not going to wave a white flag no matter what.
Don't leave anything on the floor. Everybody in the world said we'll choke. You didn't. We'll fold. We didn't.
It doesn't even have to happen. The small school with the slingshot of a chance taking down a giant.
I ain't sad, man. I can be sad with you guys.
But the chance that it might happen makes for a healthy dose of believing. Carried to the hills, to the bluegrass, and beyond, in the life's blood of Kentucky.
You all know you're a man. You be a man.
He's slapping you in the face.
I'm proud of every one of you.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but it is freedom. Thy is the kingdom, the power, the glory forever. Amen.
The one aspect of basketball I think that separates Kentucky from the rest of the world is Kentucky takes it personally. And I think that really goes back to the mountain region more than any other place. A lot of those towns were lumber camps or mine camps, and they had built-in rivalries against each other. The state pretty much left the operation of schools to the community. And so a community may or may not develop a school, but if the next community did, and you didn't, then that reflected poorly. And so the rivalry became, you know, which town can develop the better school.
The better school, to be sure, that meant better academics. But to the rough and tumble eastern Kentucky coal mining towns of the mid-20th century, it really meant better basketball. And in that era, there was no better basketball than the kind they played in Harlan, Kentucky. Harlan won the state championship back in 1944, led by Wallace "Wah-Wah" Jones. Jones's legend grew when he was part of the Fabulous Five at the University of Kentucky that won the 1948 national championship. The same group won the gold medal at the '48 Olympic Games. Wah-Wah Jones, from the hills in Harlan, where basketball is the most uplifting part of an otherwise ignoble past.
Back in the 30s, you know, when the mine wars were occurring, it was really violent. I know I had an aunt that taught school here, and she witnessed 2 murders on the streets downtown. The last year the county was legally wet. You mix the mining troubles in with the alcohol. And see, people around here, they don't drink to have a good time, they drink to get drunk. And there were 56 murder cases on the docket at the Harlan County Circuit Court down here.
And so it became known as Harlan Bloody Harlan. But Harlan residents today distance themselves from the past with the pride they place in their basketball and their choir. Senior Brad Henry sings and is captain of the basketball team.
It's one big thing in this community. It ranges from 4th to the 12th grade. I've looked up to people when I was young, and now I have people looking up to me, so I'm a role model. It's something I'll miss. I'll come back to most of the concerts they have just to listen and reminisce on old times that I've had in the choir.
Harlan Green Dragons started the season with 9 straight losses.
Track, watch the track. Got a Porsche. God, don't got the Porsche.
On this January night, they're running stride for stride with Corbin, a regional power.
Sam, you got to throw it long. What's going on here? Don't get...
Brad Henry has kept the game close with a career-high 36 points. And with 9 seconds left, the game is tied.
Don't throw it away. Whatever we do, we can hold it for 10 seconds. Don't get loose on the ball. Don't foul. Just get the ball, and we have no timeouts. We have no timeouts.
That's a night that I'll never forget. I played for 3 years, from my sophomore into my senior year. I hadn't beat Corbin yet. Just winning that game, it made my whole season. It made me feel like we were 20-0 just because we beat them. That's the moment that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
It doesn't even have to happen, but every once in a while, it does. Kentucky has its bluegrass music, its bourbon, horse racing, tobacco and coal mining. But the one thing that folks from Paducah to Pawpaw all seem to feel kin to is basketball. It's a phenomenon that's had many a scholar scratching his head.
The easy answer is to say that Adolph Rupp turned the state on its ear by developing a powerhouse at the University of Kentucky and making the entire state proud. And there's no doubt that that has much to do with it. But 2 years prior to Rupp's arrival, on a little school called Car Creek, the 1928 team nearly won the state championship. They went 4 overtimes against Ashland, another mountain school, and then represented Kentucky in a national tournament in Chicago.
They did not have uniforms. They didn't have a coach. They didn't even have a gymnasium. They had to walk to most of the places where they played. And then if they couldn't walk, they would borrow mules from the community. And they rode mules to most of the games. One time we walked 15 miles one way and played a team.
There were 18 boys in the school. 8 cousins formed the basketball team. And there's some romanticism involved with that, and there's an underdog aspect. And people picked up on that.
The community had rallied to buy uniforms to replace the tattered cutoffs. The boys lost in the state finals, and then again in the national tournament. But their run was a Kentucky story that wasn't about moonshine or the lowbrow life of the backwoods. It was a fable about basketball.
I think that underdog aspect is something Kentucky as a whole really relates to, because that mountain image sort of dominated the state image. I think that explains part of the phenomenon of University of Kentucky basketball. The mountain community started manning the UK basketball team with heroes. That sense of pride now was extended on a statewide and national basis through this university juggernaut, which is winning national championships.
Most of these people remember the days of Adolph Rupp, and I think as much as they're proud of their Kentucky basketball team, it makes them even prouder when it's a Kentucky team that's got Kentucky players, and there's that boy from Paintsville or from Clay County. They're wanting to show the world that we might be mountain people, we might be country people, we might be hillbillies if that's the way people want to look at it, but we're going to beat your socks off when it comes to this game.
After all, it was Rupp himself who used to quote from the Bible, "I will lift up mine eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help."
And we keep our uniforms in here. Of course, we're a small school, but we got nice equipment. That's Coach Rupp right there. That's me in 1974. There's Coach Hall. He came after Coach Rupp. There's me. Coach Sutton. He came after Coach Hall. Coach Patino. And then here's Tubby. And that's a couple of my players that played here a couple years ago. And I'm probably the only coach that's got a 8x10 picture with every coach that's been at UK since 1930s.
John Wilson has 44 years of high school coaching experience in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the last 14 at Redbird Mission School.
We've got probably about 100 basketballs. They just got about 100 high school students. We've got a ball, I guess, for about every student. Cook the hot dogs and get the popcorn popped up a little in advance.
Coach Wilson is a one-man band around Redbird.
Chili's already hot.
No task too big, no task too small.
So the ice cream's $1, the nachos $1.50, hot dogs $1, popcorn 50 cents. That's a bargain.
He sets up the concession stand, washes the uniforms, sweeps the gym floor, and drives the bus to away games. Oh yeah, he's also the athletic director and coach of a few other varsity sports. The site of tonight's game against Leslie County sits on stilts because the Redbird School is located in a floodplain.
We don't want to lose it, but they probably don't want to lose it worse than we do. Because they're a big school and they're supposed to beat us, you know, and if they don't, they have a hard time.
They've not lost. To my knowledge, I don't think they've lost in 3 years here. And we've had a chance every time that we've played to get them. And we get that opportunity this year, we take advantage of it, we finish.
You got number 3? You count on you. I challenge you tonight. Don't let your man get an offensive rebound. Now they're going to come at you hard. You got to catch that thing and get it strong.
Tonight, let's play smarter than they do. Let's play harder than they do. You know, whatever it takes to win. Let's go.
Lord, we thank you for the game of basketball. We pray tonight that you'll keep us free from injury, help us to play fair, help us to play hard, help each one of us to do our best. And when this game's over, Lord, may we give you the glory and credit and hold our heads high regardless of how the outcome is. But just help us all now to do our best. We pray in Christ's name. Amen. Amen.
Redbird Mission doesn't have a player over 6 feet tall. The kids come from the hollers of Clay and Leslie counties, and most of them couldn't make varsity at the county schools. So there's a little something extra to prove in tonight's game with Leslie County.
You need to go after every loose ball and every rebound. You got to go get it. Eagle! Eagle!
Something like, you may be bigger, but that doesn't make you better.
Hey, Jamie! Jamie! Son, you got to stay on 3. You've got to stay on 3. I went down the head and got you got to stay on 3. You understand that now? Okay, shut him off. Somebody needs to take charge out there and say, hold it, guys, don't shoot it. How long are you going to stand there and let number 15 shoot threes on us?
Solid half, boys, but we've had solid halves against them before. We need to finish business, okay? But I think your minds are right. I think you're focused. I think we know what we need to do and how we have to go about it.
We got to outplay them this third quarter. We got to really, really play hard this third quarter.
Used to be, there was nothing to do but play basketball 12 months a year for Kentucky kids like these. Redbird brings that past to mind. After all, there's never enough boys in the school to field a football team, and rarely enough for baseball. So all their teenage pride and energy comes out on the basketball court.
And we don't need to be taking bad shots. We got to go man to man, all right? If he's got the ball here, somebody's got to run to it.
Tiny Redbird nips Leslie County in a hard-fought game. Something to crow about today and remember in the days ahead.
Great game, guys. Great game. Way to fight. You never did quit, never did let up. Got down a few times, you came right back. I'm so glad I go to Redbird School. I'm so glad I go to Redbird School. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. Glory, hallelujah. I go to Redbird School.
got to, to believe in what we're doing. Team, we've all got to, we've got to be a team. We don't need to get unfocused. You put too much into this. You put too much into it.
This lady's been married to this old coach for 40. How long have you been married to me?
At 18-4, looks like Coach Wilson's team is on its way to another 20-win season. The laundry can wait until tomorrow. It's a short trip for Johnson Central. Just go across the creek about a mile down the road and you're in Paintsville.
Yeah. You don't need directions, do you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It'll be hot over there, it always is.
Yeah, get ready, guys. It'll be really hot.
Crank the heat up when we come over, or anybody
plus.
comes over.
Johnson Central, a county school, has 1,100 students. Paintsville, a small city school, has 235.
From the day they're born, they're either going to be an eagle or they're going to be a tiger. And it's just that way. There's a lot of boys and girls from both schools that date each other, from Paintsville to Central, Central to Paintsville. And they're just big friends, but now when it comes to basketball, it's war.
From birth, you are taught, death, taxes, beat Paintsville.
We'll have probably close to 2,000 people here, and the population of Paintsville's a little over 4.
Hi. 4. Thank you.
Small town, small school, we live for our sports. There's nothing else to do.
Paintsville is the last small school to win the state championship back in 1996.
Play on 3. 1, 2, 3, fire!
You can't begin to express what a David over Goliath victory like that means to Kentuckians. Then again, maybe you can.
I can put it in the words of a former superintendent we once had here. We were all standing on the floor after the tournament was over, and everybody was celebrating, and I felt someone peck me on the shoulder. And he said, "Bill," he said, "I want to thank you." And I said, "Why, Mr. Teeter?" He said, "Now I can die a happy man."
The Paintsville Tigers host the Johnson Central Golden Eagles. The Tigers come into tonight's game with a record of 17-6. The Golden Eagles, they're 8-9.
The Paintsville basketball program has thrived, even though the school, with support from the community, has resisted consolidation.
Come on, Chris!
Former Hoops powerhouse Flat Gap, Oil Springs, and Mean Memorial consolidated to form Johnson Central. But the blend has yet to yield a winning tradition comparable to what each of those schools established on their own. Paintsville head coach Bill Mike Runyon came back to coach at his alma mater in 1978. There's more than games to win. There's a mountain basketball tradition to uphold.
Just concentrate on the rim and don't concentrate on worrying about getting fouled, please. Take the damn thing up strong like you're supposed to and get 3 out of it. I don't want 2 from the line. You understand that? Play it on this end. Play it on this end. 31 points is way too many points to give up. 1, 2, 3, play on.
Badly outplayed on the boards, Paintsville still holds a 2-point lead at halftime.
You all know how many rebounds you have? Would you like to take a guess on how many rebounds you have in this game, just to show you how Chad Carroll is eating your lunch out there? Would you like to know, Stuart? 7. You've got 7 rebounds in the first half. That's what you got. You are not running the ball. Are you telling me they're in better shape than you? That they're retreating quicker? You telling me we need to run a little bit more in practice? Because we can do that. This is not a hard damn game to figure out. The first 4 minutes this third quarter. You understand me? The first 4 minutes this third quarter, I want it picked up and I want it turned up. You understand?
Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
1, 2, 3, play hard.
Their outside shooting keeps the Tigers in the lead through the third quarter. But then the momentum shifts to Johnson Central in the fourth, and the Golden Eagles pull ahead.
Come on, Mark.
No, it's not really like death and taxes, but just about. Johnson Central by 4 with 2:25 remaining.
There's nothing I can do for you in games like this. You have to want it more than they do. You better get it down here. If they go man, you better get it in his hands, and he better make a good decision. Get out there!
A three-pointer puts Paintsville in the lead. Johnson Central keeps pace.
Time out! Time out! Time out! You handle this strong. You make them get you down, have to take your clothes off before they take it. You make sure they foul you. Do not panic. You've got timeouts left if you need one.
Johnson Central pulls to within 1 point, but Paintsville's free throws seal the victory. Paintsville's residents will walk a little prouder tomorrow.
I'm proud of you the way you come back. Hell, you was down 4 one time and come back and won the basketball game. That's a great job. But now we got to play harder now. You understand? Let's go. Get her going. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, play hard.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird.
Here is Mr. Shane Howard.
Senior night at Everett's High School in Harlan County. 17-year-old Shane Howard, all-state football player and all-county in basketball, walks onto the court for his last home game. In his arms, Jordan, Shane's infant son, and by his side, Jordan's grandparents, Perry and LaVon Steele.
When they told me that I was pregnant, it was like I was happy and wanted to cry at the same time. Because how am I going to explain to my Christian parents that their daughter is pregnant?
Well, at first I was kind of hurt because, you know, they wasn't married. You know, he was kind of a bit younger than she was.
To be exact, Shane's 5 years younger than Astria. Shane's no stranger to the Steele family. Astria's father, Perry, had coached him in elementary football. But the familiarity only tempered their anger. It didn't stop them from feeling it.
I was very mad. I didn't say anything. I believe the more you say when you're mad, you're going to regret.
Offensively, we're going to run the 3 game. All right? We're going straight into the 3 game. All right? Offensively, 3 game. Pound it inside, take it.
At first, Shane he just didn't want to have no part in it.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
He's like, how are we going to raise a kid, Astor? I can't even raise myself.
Wake up!
You know, sometimes whenever I think about it and I talk to people about my life, they ask me, you know, well, how are you doing? You know, how are you handling things? I'm doing good, you know, but at the same time, when they start talking about it, it breaks me down. But I don't let them see that.
Hiding pain isn't new to Shane. It's a skill he started to learn at age 9 when he lost his father to drug and alcohol abuse. And he later perfected it when he lost his role models, his grandparents, both within the last 2 years. Then his mother died this past October, another Appalachian victim of addiction to OxyContin, a pain-killing opiate meant for cancer patients.
To see her just pretty much throw her life away on those pills, it's very hard, and I feel like she didn't love us enough to stay around and be there for us.
My mom was on them heavy. I mean, worse than, you know, most people. She could take up to 15 or 16 of those pills. Eventually, it just wore down.
OxyContin, they call it hillbilly heroin. 3 years ago, nobody had heard of it. Now doctors are freely prescribing it, patients are abusing it, others are selling it, and it's become the scourge of rural areas in West Virginia, Maine, and Kentucky.
She would sit like in a chair like this with coffee in her hand, and she would go like this. And she'd be slumped over for about an hour, 2 hours. You'd have to wake her up.
I've seen the worst, yeah. I've seen her where she couldn't open her eyes, where she couldn't get up. I've seen it all. You name it, I've seen it, the puking. Now, I wish that nobody'd ever have to go through that. But unfortunately, there's kids all across the mountains that experience what I've experienced.
And the day that I told her we was having a boy, she had the respirator in her mouth. She started crying. A tear came down her eye, and I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle knowing that this might be the last time I get to talk to her, and she's never going to see my child.
Come on, Shay!
The community embraced us a lot. You know, they come there and they gave us food, they gave us money, they gave us clothes. I mean, they really helped us out a lot.
Good job!
I love putting Everett's uniform on, walking down the court. I wasn't given, you know, all the God-given talent in the world, but what I do have is a heart, man, that's bigger than most people will ever imagine. On the court, you're just free. I mean, it's you, your teammates, which is your family while you're on the court. When you play sports, that's your family.
Astria's parents have taken Shane into their household. He has a 3.6 grade point average and will attend Cumberland College in the fall on a full football scholarship. Astria will stay home with the baby and take vocational courses.
I want Shane to go to school, to live life, you know, so he can support our son, you know, in the future. Shane's only 17. I don't think that he is ready for marriage commitment. I mean, he's been through a hard life, but he hasn't really lived life. I want him to be able to go to college and not really us be apart, but I want him to experience the normal things that a 17-year-old should experience.
I have a son to raise, and I wouldn't want him to be exposed to what I was exposed to. And there's nothing I can do now just to go in the right direction and guide my kid, you know, to the correct path.
The right direction, the correct path. Prayers for a safe journey for a 17-year-old from Everett's. It's 4 a.m. on a cold February morning. Just like he has for 24 years, Sid Scott starts off his day's work by warming up Feds Creek High School, heated with coal since it was founded in 1931. As of next year, the building won't be needing Sid's caretaking. Feds Creek is to be consolidated with 2 other schools.
We've been here a good many years, and we've done quite a bit of work here. We've turned out a lot of good students. But in a way, I kind of hate to see it change, but yeah, I know it's for the best, you know.
Things just haven't added up for Feds Creek lately. Fewer coal mining jobs mean fewer families in town. And that means fewer students for Feds Creek. The school could handle 500 students. Right now, there's about 235 enrolled, and that's for grades 7 through 12.
We don't want our schools lost, but it's just something that has to happen when the enrollment gets so small. The school does not make the town. You have to have jobs, and the school is only a part of the town.
Basketball comes first in Eastern Kentucky. When you had your smaller schools, every kid had a chance to play the game of basketball. And they had to use every kid because they didn't have that many kids to begin with. Then when you consolidate the whole schools, 5 or 6 schools together, you get more kids to choose from. And there's still just so many kids on a basketball team.
Just don't worry about it. This is just a rough draft, and you can really go back over it. I think academically there's no downside. Athletically, it's sad that all kids that want to compete sometimes can't. But it's that way in real world, you know. So maybe it teaches them a lesson soon, you know, about being prepared to do other things. That doesn't make it any easier, but that's reality.
Their final go-round wasn't going as the Feds Creek Vikings hoped. Only 3 wins on the season so far.
Bang!
But a win at home over regional power Betsy Lane would sure brighten things up around the school. In their tiny gym, 10 feet shorter than regulation, the Vikings keep the game close, scratching and clawing for every bucket to the end.
John B, if you've ever made a good pass in your life, big guy, you got to do it right now. We're at home. We want to play for the tie. We have no more timeouts. Hey, no more timeouts. You have to foul. If we miss, you have to foul. Do not foul. All we want is a rebound in overtime right now. All right?
With a little over 5 seconds left, a 16-year-old kid makes a mistake and calls timeout, but Feds Creek doesn't have any.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Betsy Lane wins it from the line.
I can't defend it. Or either way. I question whether that call be made. I understand. Yeah, I see you crying. I see you upset. You know what? It hurts when you lose. We played very, very hard. We have nothing to be ashamed of. I don't have any boys, but I'd be proud to call every one of you my son. As hard as you played tonight, you did a great job. I'm proud of you. You did a good job. Get your stuff on.
You know as a coach, when you see that, they're coming together. It's starting to mean something. They weren't crying for themselves. I mean, we had kids crying that never even got on the floor. That's what it's about.
Okay? Okay. You did a good job.
This is like a big coon hunt trip. We go coon hunting, this how it is. Redbird style.
It's the last home game of the year for Coach John Wilson's Redbird boys. They pile into a pickup truck like they always do and carpool out of the hollers.
Go that way. All right. This right here is deer hunting, coon hunting, squirrels, rabbits, four-wheeling, anything you can name right here where it goes on. Women and hunt. Oh, yeah, women hunt. We like our women and we like to hunt. We like to hunt our women, too. How about this? Last game here, boys. Make it good. Yeah, it's been a pretty good season. 19-4. It's going to be 20 out of that. Yeah.
The team, by and large, is made up of 3 families. 2 Sizemores, 2 Daniels, and 3 Jackses. The twins and a cousin.
Let's go get 'em, boys.
You need to run to the corner, son. Run to the corner. You're loafing down the floor. You're loafing. You weren't running.
You'd think the team was losing the way Coach Wilson was riding the boys, but it's a blowout in Redbird's favor.
You guys aren't working hard enough in here.
The team scores over 100 points for the 5th time this season, which explains the casual attitude.
It's fit for us, yeah.
Last home game is the Redbird Cardinals. Since we've been here, we haven't lost a game on this floor.
All right, to start with, now, you know, first off, you seniors, this is the last time you're going to play a game on this floor. It's one thing to be ready to play, but it's another thing to be too emotional where you can't operate the right way, okay? I want you to be ready to play, and you're going to win the basketball game, but you make sure that you don't get so emotional that you can't operate and do what you're supposed to do. Nobody in the middle.
Timeout. What are you doing going to double? Damn, guys. Don't go double. Sir. Don't go double till we tell you to go double. We'll get your ass blown out of here tonight, guys.
Stay 5-0 or jump in blue real fast.
Let's go blue hard too.
The dictates of discipline govern life on the Paintsville Tigers. Bob Knight and George Patton quotes adorn the lockers of each and every player.
Why ain't you all got Josh and Stewart switched up? God bless him.
Sometimes we don't like his attitude.
Whoa! Whoa!
But if you notice on the bench, he can fuss and holler at his kids. And he can gripe and grab.
Is that your man? What'd I just tell you?
But you better not do that to his kids or he'll whip you. They're his kids.
Why, after you scored 4 straight layups against that pressure, did we just stop rotating the ball? Now you explain that to me. Explain it to me! The ball's rotated, we get any shot we want to get against that press. But all of a sudden, you decide you want to shoot it too quick. You've got 9 turnovers in the first half, and I guarantee you, 7 of them was unforced. What's the first thing we talked about? Was it not getting our butts in the field and getting them out of there, getting them out of the paint, and rebounding the ball? You handle the basketball, you make sure of where you're going to pass it, and you make sure you get the shots you want. You understand that? Yes, sir. Let's go. Come on.
It's personal for Coach Bill Mike Runyon. Every possession, every play, a matter of life and death. A perfectionist, he sees an affront in every mistake.
That's twice! That's 2 times! I told you before you left! That can't happen!
And with every instruction, he offers a personal challenge.
What's the matter, boy? They just too tough for you down inside, ain't they? You're gonna be the first team. You're gonna be the first team in 10 years to lose on senior night. I'll tell you that right now. 1, 2, 3, play. Yeah, you are, Jeremy. Don't look at me and shake your damn head. You're the one standing there and letting them rebound over top of you.
A talented Hazard team had underachieved most of the season, and here they were hanging with the overachieving Paintsville Tigers all game long. Each time it looks like Paintsville may put it out of reach, Hazard has an answer.
Will you please rebound the God-blessed basketball? So that's all I want you to do is rebound the ball.
The next offensive rebound they get, I'll run your tails off.
Hazard draws to within 2.
We got to play tough defense. We got to get the ball. Listen, we'll run our offense. We'll knock it down, guys. We'll win the ball. We don't have any timeouts left. Don't call any timeout. Here he is.
And then ties it with 16 seconds left.
God bless you.
1.8 seconds remaining. Paintsville can win it from the line.
Good job, Coach. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. I'm not mad at you because you played hard when you had to, with the exception after the 3rd quarter when I told you about what? Offensive rebounding by them, and they got how many? 6. The one on you on the free throw. Remember that? Boys, that's one thing we have got to shore up. We got to get that taken care of. I'm proud of you, though, and I'm proud of you seniors. I'll tell you that right now. As a good way to end your career on your home floor. It's a nice job. I'm proud of you. Get a call, baby. Come on, come on. 1, 2, 3, play on.
In the next chapter of Bluegrass basketball,
We represent a lot of people.
Go down low, a little give and go. Jackson to the hoop.
Let's give it the best we got.
the Little Mountain teams continue their upward climbs.
You just come up here and stand around. You can't do that. Whoa! Damn it!
This is going to test you, man. It's going to find out what you're made of.
People don't like change. They love where they live. They want to stay where they are.
Big city teams do battle,
Coach, I didn't appreciate that comment, okay?
I don't care.
I don't appreciate his comment.
and a 7th grader is discovered.
O.J. Mayo. They set a screen for him. He takes it down the lane, stuffs it.
Basketball is the least amount of worries. I'm worried about the girls, the peer pressure.
Think of it as a main highway. One way or another, everything in eastern Kentucky is connected to coal. Across the region and across time, as the mining stories pass from one generation to the next.
What this way to do is turn the light, put in your hand, see if it's on there.
Matt Belcher is a junior guard on the Feds Creek High School basketball team. His father, Brian, is a mining engineer. Matt's heard all his dad's stories. Now, he takes his first trip into the mine.
It's pretty quick, isn't it? Yeah, most important thing you want to remember is safety in here.
Yeah, it's kind of spooky, you know. It's like a ride at Kings Island or something you see, you know. I felt pretty confident, you know, and Dad, I figured he would, you know, keep me safe, I guess.
A little low through here, isn't it? This actually is high.
They're down there all right, the mines, unseen to all but the miners who work them. No space, except what they carve out themselves. No light, except what they carry down with them.
They're putting their life on the line every time they go underground. You know, they go underground to try to support their family, to work, and they don't really know if they're coming out or not. I would rather he not work in coal mines because there is an inherent danger. But, you know, if that were what he chose to do, that'd be fine.
You gonna let us drill one? You wanna try? No, Nick. All right. Let's go, Aaron. You work your controls there, big boy.
I think those guys, you know, think the world of them. They work hard and devote their life, you know, to something that is much too dangerous for me.
See the light at the end of the tunnel, guys. That's the outside.
The small towns of Kentucky's eastern mountains were built with coal, when mining was the only way to make a living in the hills. And with the towns came rivalries. Who had the better mines, the better miners, the better high schools, the better basketball teams? Many of them won state championships. In the mid-1900s, Coach Adolph Rupp built a dynasty at the University of Kentucky with talent he mined from these mining towns. Kentucky was no longer just about the backwoods and bourbon. It was about basketball, an identity all Kentuckians took on with pride.
God, we're running 12, damn it! We can't run no offense, cause nobody moves! I thought you told me you was ready to play.
Like every team in Kentucky, these small towns have a chance to win the state championship.
Whatever the hell happens, the rest of the way, I'm sick of watching this bullshit.
I'm going to take you out and sit you down the rest of the night.
I'm more than proud to call you all players that I've coached. I'd be proud to call every one of you son.
You did a hell of a job! Hell of a job!
But the future is bearing down on the dream. The coal connection reaches Feds Creek High School. At 3 in the afternoon, Ruth Lewis stokes the fires that will heat the gym for the school's last home game ever versus Paintsville. Next year, Feds Creek will consolidate with Millard and Elkhorn City High Schools to form East Ridge High.
I wish they didn't have to have them because I miss working. I mean, it's just, I don't want to do anything else. I'd rather be around where kids are at.
I'm glad that I get to be the last graduating class from here. You know, that's something special within itself. My parents went here, other people's parents went here. You know, it's just, school's been around so long, it's like it's became a part of us.
I don't want to go. Oh, that's not my home.
It seems so small, but in this state, it's so big. People don't like change. They love where they live. They want to stay where they are. These people might have grown up going to so-and-so school, and now so-and-so school's not there anymore. It's a part of the such-and-such county school, and they don't feel the same connection.
It is the final voyage for the Feds Creek Vikings as they say goodbye to this gymnasium that has been the home of Feds Creek for many a year, and tonight a big crowd on hand as the Vikings try to go out with an upset of the #1 team in the 15th region, the Paintsville Tigers. For the Vikings will be Matt Belcher. He's bringing it up on the dribble, guarded by #2, Shane Simpkins. Belcher double teamed out front, needs help, gets it in the middle, inside Barney, turnaround jump shot into paint, good. And the Vikings up 4-0. Corner Harmon for 3, in the corner. Draw it, baseline jumper, good. Paintsville really piling up some points since they got off to the slow start.
You've got a tall task ahead of you in the second half, because he's not going to back off, not one bit during the third quarter. This is going to test you, man. It's going to find out what you made of.
After a 4-0 lead, all Feds Creek was left with was a dose of reality and 72 years of memories. Memories for Lige Hunt, who's been going to home games for 45 years. Memories of a star player named Jody Thompson, who Coach Rick Pitino had come to court back in 1990. And family memories, like Ruby Belcher's. She met her husband by the score clock in 1953. Her son is Brian, the mining engineer, class of 1976. Now he takes pictures of his son Matt, a junior, who hopes to start at guard next year when Feds Creek consolidates.
Thank you very, very much for coming out tonight and sharing with us the history of Feds Creek High School, the memories and the great tradition of Feds Creek High School basketball.
Coal is the common thread in these parts, weaving through the hills like a vein through the mines. The lode has run dry at Feds Creek, and 5 miles down the road, they're installing a new geothermal heating system at East Ridge High School. He looks like countless other American kids waking up early in the morning to get dressed and go to school. But then you notice all the pictures and the trophies. There's something different about the kid with the basketball. What's most unusual about this Kentucky student, though, is that he grew up in West Virginia, lives in Ohio, has his own website, and as a 7th grader is already considered one of the top high school players in Kentucky. He is 14-year-old legend O.J. Mayo. Almost overnight, O.J. Mayo has become the Tiger Woods of Kentucky high school basketball.
Yes, sweetheart.
Ma, did you ever find a sweater?
Ovinton J. Anthony Mayo was brought into the world on November 5th, 1987, the son of 16-year-old parents.
Can I get some change?
He was conceived when I was basically 9th grader, born when I was in 10th grade. I played on a high school championship basketball, state championship basketball team. O.J. sat on the bench, he was 2. Basketball is the least amount of worries. I'm worried about the girls, the peer pressure, I worry about him being 14, playing with 17-year-olds. Naturally, he hangs with 17-year-olds now. Everyone else is worried about his knee and his NBA future. I'm worried about tomorrow.
I've been around this game long enough, and I've played with several high school All-Americans in college. I would venture to say at the same age, O.J. is much more of a complete player than anybody I have ever been associated with.
These are your choices. You have biography.
If he continues to improve, I would say in the next 5 years, he'll have his options. And those options won't be which Division I school will he sign with. I'm thinking he might even have options of actually being able to turn professional.
I got a lot of goals in them 5 years I'd like to do. My main goal is win 4 straight state championships as a freshman all the way to the senior year. So that's my main goal.
Lofty ambitions for a 14-year-old, but consider the Rose Hill Royals, who were 11 and 15 without O.J. Mayo. And as they entered their district championship game this year versus Ashland High School, they were 26 and 2. Including a Mayo miracle over Ashland.
Here they come, 4 seconds across the timeline, 3. Goes up for a 3 at the horn, good! And Rose Hill wins it. Believe it or not, O.J. Mayo hits a 3.
Guys, very little probably needs to be said. If you can't have yourself motivated and ready to play under these conditions, you should get out of this game.
Along with 4 state championships, Ashland High School has more wins than any other high school in the state of Kentucky.
Here comes Mayo for Rose Hill. Shake and bake out front. Takes it down to the elbow. Spins, turns, shot on the way. Good. 24-21, Rose Hill's lead at 3.
But they're often too busy being bitter about Rose Hill to enjoy that success. Rose Hill, a small private Christian school, beat Ashland both times they met in the regular season. The games count in the Kentucky record books, even though Rose Hill won them with players from West Virginia and Ohio.
Shagowski's got his foot.
Ashland is a small industrial city set on the banks of the Big Sandy River. 5 minutes east, just across the river, are Ohio and West Virginia. It is this geography that gives Rose Hill the loophole that's led to the resentment Ashland has for the private school.
Rose Hill has gone out and got some players from out of state, and the community has been outraged, quite honestly, with that scenario when it started taking place back in November and December of last year.
And the next thing you know, you got all these other guys transferring into a program that wouldn't win 6 games a year, and now they're, what, 24 and 3 or something like that. So that's what don't sit well with people in this area.
Fact of the matter is, the administrators at our school requested a meeting with Kentucky High School Athletic Association commissioner and assistant commissioners. They all sat down and said, here's what we're doing. Is it right? Is it wrong? If it's wrong, we're willing to correct it.
He's all over him, Bob! He is all over him!
The Kentucky High School Athletic Association found that Rose Hill was not breaking any rules.
Nobody seemed to care where our students came from when they couldn't dribble a basketball. Now that they can dribble a basketball fairly well, it seems to be the issue. And there's not a school in this region that wouldn't take 2 or 3 of these kids and put them right into their school if they had the opportunity.
Getting under the skin of Ashland's residents has been something of a habit for Rose Hill coach Jeff Hall. He grew up in Ashland but played for the local rival, Fairview.
Box across!
What's worse, he didn't go to Kentucky, but started for the '86 Louisville Cardinal national championship team.
Take your time. If you can't get a shot, kick it back out. Hey, players play right now. Players play.
Hall even coached at Ashland for 2 years, beginning in 1990, before getting out of coaching to work in the oil business.
Baseline!
Now he's back, but at Rose Hill.
Right here!
Seems he missed the game, but the locals haven't missed him.
Pick and roll!
Here comes Mayo across the midcourt stripe, guarded by Beach. Ashland man-to-man. They set a screen for him. He takes it down the lane, stuffs it. It is 50 to 50.
Take the shot with less than 5 seconds. Hey, let's win it right here.
Banu's looking into Mayo. Mayo spins, turns, comes out. 8 seconds to go. 7 seconds to go. 6 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Mayo, 4, 3. Ball's loose on the floor. 2 seconds to go. It's going to be a tie-up. The clock runs out. It'll go to overtime.
Hey, shut up! Look at me. Forget it. We got 5 minutes to play.
Powell, back out to Davis. Now to Sirkowski. He's got a dunk.
If we're down 2, take a 2. If we're down 3, you got to take up a 3.
Dawson at 11. At 10, down the lane, lays it up. No good. Rebound. Tipped around. Loose on the floor. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Mayo. 2 seconds. He goes to Dawson. It's good at the horn. And we're going to our second overtime.
Hey, we're in better condition than they are. Let's get that thing up and down the floor now. Let's go.
Rebound Davis. Got it again. Puts it up. Won't count. Got fouled before the shot. Mayo fouls out. He's gone. Goodbye. See you later, Sayonara. Boy, they'll miss him. At 1:46 to go. 61-60 Ashland.
Hey, love you, man. Love you. Come on, let's do it. Please let him be successful, Lord.
61 all. The clock rolls. 7. Out to Cook. He'll penetrate. Go up with a 10-footer. On its way, no. Rebound Davis. Goes up with the horn. Sirkowski, no good. We're going to our third overtime. Ashland down by 1. Davis at a high post. Takes it down into the paint. Give and go to Beach. Dicks it out to Howe. Cook for 3, and it's good! It went in. It came out and went in. Ashland leads at 67-65.
Come out. I want the 3 right now. I want the 3.
Dawson in backcourt across the timeline at 22. He pulls up straight away. 3. Good with 18 seconds to go. Rose Hill out on top. 68-67. Here comes Ashland. 12 seconds. Beach all the way in. Puts up the 5-footer. No good. Davis with a rebound. Put it up. He got fouled with 6 seconds to go.
If it's tied or if we're down 1, we got to get a shot up. We got 6.5 seconds.
Davis can put Ashland out on top with 1 more. Bins. Launches it. It's good. 69-68. Brings it up the far sideline to Dawson. Dawson runs over Davis. And we got a walking violation on Dawson. He walked with it with 1 second to go. All Ashland's got to do is get it in. Howe will try and get it in. He gets it to Cook. Cook is fouled with a half a second. No. It runs out. The Cats win it. They'll have beaten those Mad Dogs.
What I told you, I meant. If we leave it out on the court, we've got nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to be sorry for. And keep everything in perspective, guys. God's first, your family second, school third, and basketball's fourth. In that order. God's first. Don't worry about it. It's just a game. It is just a game.
Highway 66. Coach John D. Wilson is driving his Redbird Cardinals to the state tournament. They'll be facing Bell County in the first round of the districts.
Sometimes they get to climbing over the seats and hitting one another in the back of the head and wrestling a little bit.
It's an unlucky draw for Redbird. Ask anybody, they'll tell you. Bell County is one of the best teams in the region.
Where's David and Glut? Where's David? Where's David? Where's David? We like being the underdog.
It'll be a tall order for this bunch of 5-foot-somethings. Bell County's front line goes 6'7", 6'5", 6'3".
Well, we're 22-4, and we led the region in scoring.
Wilson is coach, counselor, best friend, and in most ways a second father to these boys.
I often tell people, find something you enjoy doing, you never have to work a day in your life.
From Pineville High School, it's the 51st District Boys Basketball Tournament. Tonight's ball game has Bell County's Bobcats taking on the Redbird Cardinals. Hello, everybody. John Eagle.
Nobody but us. Nobody but us thinks we can beat them. I'm confident that we can beat them. I believe it. I believe it. And we've got to believe it. What Valvano say? Never, never, never give up. Never, never give up. Don't surrender. We're not going to wave a white flag no matter what. We got some good news. We've had people call from all over. All over wishing Redbird luck. Had all kinds of calls. Their dad is getting better. He's out of CCU. He may get to come home Friday. Their mother called wishing us luck. We had calls from northern Kentucky. We had calls from Ohio. We've had calls from North Carolina wishing Redbird luck. We represent a lot of people. Let's give it the best we got, okay?
Jackson in the hoop. Got it. You don't want to play. And the pace up and down the floor is frantic. Form goes low to Ely. Ely lays it in. Sizemore dribbles to the top of the circle. They throw down the low block. Turning with a jumper. Daniels has it blocked by Ely. Taken by Messer of Bell County. Stolen. Messer had it picked. Going the other way. Asher got it. And it's 14-12 Redbird. Third ball tipped around. Ely's got it. Goes long down the floor. Winkler, a running shot. Good.
Sit down, guys.
We got to stop them on the fast break.
Sit down. I know it. That's what I told you.
32-31. Bell County in a fight here with 2.5 to go in the first half.
Come on, Ken. Help him, help him. Know who you're guarding right there.
And two fierce quarters of basketball here at Pineville in the fifth.
What is it, 38-31? That's 2 threes and a foul shot. We can get that in a minute's time. But now you've got to turn it up on defense.
Sizemore behind the back. What a move with the left hand. Good by Sizemore. Good up foul. That's what Redbird doesn't have an answer for. The big people now on the long ball.
Let's not give up. Let's turn it up. Don't be afraid to take chances and gamble. We've got nothing to lose.
The game got out of hand in the second half, but Coach Wilson's kids have taken his words to heart. They never quit.
Let's go, guys. Take her in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's be good sport. We never did let up, never did give up. We got nothing to be ashamed of. I'm proud of every one of you. Proud of you. Good job. It's a big team. They're hard to play. We We did a pretty good job against them, really. You guys represented Redbird good, and you represented yourselves well. We're proud of you.
Funny thing about kids and basketballs, I suppose, they bounce back. Next day, the Redbird boys were back at it. Wasn't a cheerleader, a referee, or a scoreboard for miles. Boyle County, plunk smack dab in the middle of the state.
We know what these guys do, don't we? Every one of them. From starter to last man on the bench, we've played against them since youth league. We know what they're going to do. If we win this, we're in the driver's seat.
Come right, boss! Go, let's go! Put up! Put up!
All high school basketball games in Kentucky sound pretty much the same.
Boss!
Especially for Josh Sloan, a sophomore guard for Boyle County who was born deaf. Josh's mother, Becky, comes home from work each day to go to Josh's practices. On Tuesday and Friday nights, there are games. Becky serves as both mother and translator.
Sometimes our wings may not be open.
Everything that I communicate, okay, in game time, you know, I mean, it's just so important. It has to be right.
There we go! Move your feet! Be ready to help!
At first, I mean, I looked at her as mom, you know. And then I changed, and I could look at her more as an interpreter. Now we get along fine. I think it's kind of cool.
Becky Sloan didn't know a lick about basketball when the season started, but she's caught on quick.
They were doing rebound outlet. Okay, it's just a drill. And he would say, jerk it off there. And I'm going, oh, God. You know, I mean, it took me a minute, and I'm going, get the ball. You know, I'm going to get the ball.
We used 2 timeouts in the first half. We can't use any more, okay?
For me, I'll never know what he goes through. I'll never know what frustrations he'll go through. There's a lot of times in games I'll scream at him, you know, because I know she's right there behind me telling him what to do. But I don't want him to ever feel like I'm going to treat him differently than any other player on the team.
There've been 8 layups that we put up there on the rim and haven't gone in.
Josh came to Boyle County from the Kentucky School for the Deaf 2 years ago. The transition has been fairly smooth for both Josh and Becky, with some unexpected challenges.
We were in Russell County for a tournament. Everybody's sitting around, and there's just like 3 guys in the middle of the floor. Well, the one in the middle farts really loud. I mean, there was just silence, and he did that. Well, I told Joshua immediately because he didn't hear it, you know, so that everybody could laugh together. I just think you have to know everything that's going on around you. It's important.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Josh. You turn here and you bring the ball here. Stuffed it down his throat and we get a foul called on us. Guys, all good teams, all great teams, find a way to get the job done. We got the job done on the defensive end. That's where it was.
I look up to her. I admire her. I admire my mom. She's a good role model for me. You know, she supports me no matter what.
And Dad supports Josh's fast food fund as he heads off to grab some and hang out with the rest of the team. Lexington is not the state capital, but it is Kentucky's grand concourse, its cultural and academic hub. As the home of the University of Kentucky Wildcats basketball team, it's the center of the Kentucky basketball world. It's also the site of the Sweet 16, the last attraction offered up by the statewide carnival that is the Kentucky High School Basketball Tournament. And every Kentucky schoolboy dreams of getting in.
They're going to hand those jerseys in on Monday. We're going to rough. You hear me? We're going to shut them up right now. In here. Here we go. Team on three. 1, 2, 3, team!
It's been no big secret around here. All season long, everyone knew that East Jessamine and Lexington Catholic were the two best teams in the Lexington area.
Hands up! Get around him, Ryan! You can't sign behind the back dribble crap.
But in a tournament traditionally laden with upsets, there's no such thing as a sure thing. So there's an element of surprise to the notion that these teams each made it to the 11th regional final, one step from the Sweet 16.
You guys are watching when they take shots!
You go the board! Get on the board!
Why in the world, when you're on defense just now and that man on the wing, should you drop to the elbow? You don't take the elbow. You stay matched up to your neck.
East Jessamine has never beaten Lexington Catholic in their 12 previous meetings, which include 2 defeats this season.
Stephen Wayne into Kurt Vernon, who hits for 2.
The first half ends. The East Jessamine Jaguars up by 2. Time for Lexington Catholic's coach, Danny Haney, to issue a plain-spoken ultimatum.
They're kicking your butts right now on the boards. Your defense has got to be all over them. We're standing around. Fellas, we're asking you for 16 minutes to play in Rupp Arena.
Back out front to Glenn. Glenn Smith. Smith Green. Green picked up by Wade. He goes around Corey. Goes up and in for 2.
It's a seesaw affair for a good piece of the second half. But deep in the fourth quarter, Lexington Catholic's full court pressure proves too much for East Jessamine. Catholic blows out what had been a tight game.
You do that one more time, you won't play next week.
Coach Haney delivers the message that taunting the crowd will not be tolerated.
Joe, I want to come out when he makes, I ain't through ripping his ass. You ever do that with me again, you'll never play for me, you hear me? Don't ever start that crowd.
It's the sort of lesson many teenagers will take away from their time with Coach Haney. And the coach expects the same honorable decorum from the opposition.
Come on, Dirty, give my ass a hug. Y'all giving her a hug, Tom?
Yes, baby.
Yeah.
But he doesn't always get it. Area schools like East Jessamine resent the advantage they perceive in Catholic's ability as a private school to attract the best athletes.
Nice recruit. That guy right there said nice recruit.
Good game.
Yeah. Coach, I didn't appreciate that comment, okay?
I don't care.
I don't appreciate his comment. It's, for what you've accomplished, to have somebody say that, it's not worth it, okay? He'll tell you. It's not worth it what he said.
Yeah, they take it personal in Kentucky. But Coach Haney is bigger than the bitterness, and so is the moment. It's the 8th trip to the Sweet 16 for Lexington Catholic, which is still, however, looking for its first state championship. It's 2 hours before the 16th regional championship between Rose Hill Christian and Ashland. It's their 4th meeting of the season, but in a sense, it's the only one that matters. The winner goes to Rupp Arena for the Sweet 16.
I want us to kind of cherish this moment. You've earned it. You've earned the right to be here.
People flooded in from all parts of the state to get a taste of this Hatfield-McCoy affair.
7th grader, number 32, O.J. Mayo.
To catch a glimpse of the 7th grader and see what all the fuss is about.
Here comes Mayo. Pulls up with an 8-footer. Good.
Get on the offensive play. He cannot guard you. Abuse him out there.
Here comes Dawson again. Down into the paint. Puts a rail roll, finger roll up and in. Rose Hill has their biggest lead now at 6 at 19-13.
Every time.
In the second half, Ashland climbs back into it.
Beach double teamed and trapped in there. He's going to drive around Van Hoos, lay it up and in, and he got fouled.
Rose Hill struggles as their superior athletes can't find the range.
Here comes Beach.
Each in a hurry. He's going to go coast to coast, driving, kicks it out to Howe for the three. Got it! Oh, Jeremy Howe drains the three. 48-43, Ashland by 5 as Howe drains the big three. Oh, my.
Rose Hill had no answers for Mark Sergowski, the Tomcat 6'8" senior. For Ashland, there was no time but the present.
Hey, you don't say anything to Rose Hill. Nothing.
For the future may well belong to Rose Hill. O.J. Mayo will return to play for the Royals next year. The daily regimen for Paintsville coach Bill Mike Runyon begins at 7 a.m.
And I wasn't kidding you when I'm saying the older you get, the harder it gets, I tell you. I got this put on for a purpose. I graduated from Paintsville High School in 1974. I grew up in this town. I love the kids. I love the school. We got good parents and we got a good community. As long as they want me here, I'll be here.
It's the day before his Tigers regional semifinal meeting with South Floyd.
In every basketball program in the state of Kentucky, their success is judged on whether or not they make it to the final 16 teams in the state. And that's just the way Kentucky basketball is.
Paintsville is a small city in the Appalachian Mountains. Its high school basketball team won the state championship in 1996. A testament to the city's enduring sense of self.
Head surface.
Maxine Eldridge looks forward to lunch hour each day when her flock of middle schoolers comes to buy penny candy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
These are nice. These little boys. Isn't that a nice looking groove? Thank you.
Basketball pretty important in town?
Hey, they eat that. Basketball and politics. That's Paintsville.
Paintsville hung on to its identity even after the coal industry went bust. Local doctors, lawyers, and families led an ongoing community effort to resist consolidation of a school that enrolls only 235 students.
Hey, Shane, give me now. You get your butt on the glass. You handle the basketball. The next offensive rebound they get, I'll run your tails off. You understand that? Sir.
I think traditionally in the mountain region of Kentucky, you are raised to respect your elders, respect God, and I think it makes it easier for a coach to take a kid that has been raised in that situation and try to discipline and give him some type of organization.
Everybody's your guard scoring. You gotta play. Don't overplay him, damn it. Coach, you have your head there. Shut up! Shut the hell up!
He's a scary guy. Big old guy. Everybody's scared of him.
Oh, he's the best coach ever. I mean, he picked up his 400 win in Gatlinburg.
And I want 4 out, 1 in. I want to pass that corner. You get your ass through.
He's tough on his ball players, but he's good.
A lot of his ways are immature, I think. He's an adult and they're children. To humiliate a child in front of 20,000 people, I just don't think is getting the respect that they need.
This is not a hard damn game to figure out. And we got
I've had kids go on to become doctors, lawyers, teachers, college coaches.
When that ball's shot, they better be 5 of your little asses in there rebounding.
And some of those kids even quit my team. And when they get to be 25, 26, 27, they get out and they're married, and they understand they got to get up and go to work every morning, and they understand they got to put food on the table. And they'll call me up and say, Coach, I now understand what you were trying to do for me. The team that's going to win that game tomorrow night is going to be the damn team that decides he's going to be standing at the end of the game. Okay? Now, what I want to do today, I want to go 1 hour and 15 minutes. But I'm telling you right now, it better go like clockwork. If it doesn't go like clockwork, we're going to run heels. No matter how many legs you think you won't have left tomorrow night, I'll put you on this heel. Does everybody understand that? Let's go.
A new twist. Music. Out of character for Runyon.
It's like sticking your hand down the cookie jar and getting a cookie out.
But when motivating kids is the goal, you try anything to get an edge.
Before we played Johnson Central in the finals of the district, our practice was a little tight. And as a result of that, we went over and got beat. So we thought maybe try to play a little music, loosen some things up. This is the first time I've ever tried this. I let the players pick the music. I kind of like that music myself, but I don't know about anybody else. Boys, you've had a hell of a year. But you know and I know that if you don't go up there and win this regional tournament, that it's not going to be a successful year.
Those who know basketball will tell you it's tough to beat a team 3 times running.
You gotta find him! You gotta find him quicker now!
Paintsville narrowly escaped with wins in its 2 regular season meetings with the South Floyd Raiders.
But when you come across half court, the guy drops it.
But South Floyd seems to want this one just a little bit more.
The rise behind him, it's loose. Still loose. Mike Hall has it. Off to Tackett. Tackett gives it to Johnson for the basket. And the Raiders have their biggest lead, 6 points at 18-12.
Capitalizing on the Tiger turnovers. South Floyd getting down the floor. 2 guys before any Tigers get down there every time now.
What in the hell is going on? You gotta know where the hell you're guarding. Get your asses back. Help me right now. Who you guarding?
I got Tyler Hall. I got 20.
Who you got?
I don't know what number he is.
That's what I thought.
27-18, South Floyd, right corner. Tyler Hall, three-pointer, good! 30-18, South Floyd. Hall to the rim, puts it up and in.
They're just out hustling you. They're getting down the floor and going to the damn boards and nobody's boxing out. You just come up here and stand around. You can't do that.
Here's
South Floyd, clicking on all cylinders, builds a 17-point halftime lead.
Now to Tackett. Tackett, good pass to Ray for the basket.
Now, let me tell you something about this team. This is the team we had down at Paintsville at halftime, and what they do. That's right. They're not going to roll over. He's not going to let them roll over. So what we have to have in the second half is a lot of the same in the first half, with a little more intensity. Do not quit attacking this basketball team.
Tosses it out on top to Skeens. Mike Hall has it now off the Tackett, three-pointer, good.
South Floyd now 3 of 3, and they've all been 3-point shots.
I don't care how far they are out, you got to guard somebody. They're hotter than hell. They're shooting the ball well. You've got to guard people.
The game ventures into blowout territory as South Floyd goes up by 23 with little more than 6 minutes left in the third.
Go back for Adam. Chaz, check in, son. Damn, what's wrong with him? All you have to do is get this thing under double digits for the fourth quarter.
Harmon. Back out to Simpkins. Simpkins three-pointer. Good. And that cuts it to 9. Three-pointer by Collins. Good.
Big shot from the bomb on that one.
Left side to Harmon off the wing. Three-pointer. No good. Rebound Rutledge again. Back up and in.
Rutledge has been there time and time again for the Tigers tonight.
Wow! Damn it, Glenn! They're walking all over the floor, Glenn. Call it one time.
I don't see it.
You gotta see it.
I don't care where you're at. Rebound! Rebound! You ain't got a rebound this half. Not one. Rebound! Rebound! Rebound!
Get it!
Midway through the fourth quarter, the 23-point deficit has been erased by Coach Runyon's team.
You got you playing now, baby.
Rusty Tackett around Simpkins. Dishes off to Sloan. Takes the jumper. Good.
Timeout Paintsville. Down by 1 with 4 seconds left.
Now make sure you get open. Get him open down there, Brandon. When you catch it, make a good decision. He may be wide open down in there. You're going to win this ball game. You're going to win this ball game right here.
78-77. 4 seconds to go. The Tigers inbound midcourt. Nate Haney has it. Haney looking. Goes in the backcourt to Rice. Rice drives down the lane. Rice puts it up. It's good! It's good! It's good! Rice puts it in! 79, 78.
What a comeback! God, what a comeback! Get them all in here. Let's get them all in here a minute. I'll tell you one damn thing. That right there go down in history. That's the best damn comeback I've ever seen in my life. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. We got one more to go, baby. One more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, though, you walk out of here. Very good one, buddy. That was a good one. Yeah, one more day. One more day and down to rough. Take our chances down there.
On the next chapter of Bluegrass basketball,
This is the game that you've all dreamed about playing in. Playing in it just like you did in your dreams.
Hey, fellas, that's what it's all about.
a basketball reunion is staged in Lexington at the Sweet 16.
You all know you're a man. You be a man.
All right, let's go.
Can Bill Mike Runyon and his Paintsville Tigers make it there?
If you guys are going to make excuses, you're not going to play in Rush Arena.
Boys, y'all got the locker room straightened up?
20 years have turned a last-second miracle into myth. The Shot, as it's known, by Paul Andrews, heard round the state. Coach Ron Bevers remembers it well.
We had the ball outside out of bounds with 3 seconds to go and threw it to our end of the floor, and he intercepted it. Took a couple dribbles, and let it fly, and went in. It's a buzzer. It was just a bitter disappointment for the kids because their whole focus was on the state championship.
I can see it. I can definitely see the shot. I think that's his biggest regret. I guess it's kind of like the Christian Leitner thing. You know, they pulled it off, we didn't.
The 1982 team picture hangs in the gym, a daily reminder of what might have been.
Yeah, I taught PE here for 31 years, and for the last 20 years I've walked in this gym and looked at it, you know. Some days I don't even see it.
With nearly 600 victories and 10 regional championships coaching North Hardin High School, Ron Bevers has won everything there is to win in the state of Kentucky except the state championship. This year's team travels 1.5 hours north to Lexington, one of 16 teams still alive in the state tournament. Their ranking, number 1. There's a simple symmetry to it, with twists of fate thrown in along the way for good measure. All 274 high school basketball teams in Kentucky enter the state tournament. Attrition whittles them down to a Sweet 16. It's as much a reunion as a rite of passage at Rep Arena. It seems entire counties pack their cars and head to Lexington to retell old basketball stories and witness new ones being written. Its small-town promise turned to big city success. These are the same kids everybody talked about when they went undefeated in grade school, and the town's excitement grew as the boys grew up together as a team. The legends at the core of this celebration were born in Appalachia, where basketball gave the region a new sense of itself 75 years ago, and is still its connective tissue today. All 274 teams compete. Simple, sometimes cold arithmetic, with only one team fated to end up as state champs. Paintsville sits in the eastern mountains of Kentucky, coal country. On this Saturday, Bill Mike Runyon has a 10 a.m. appointment to sell tickets to their regional final game against Shelby Valley.
All right, you want 9, 10, 11, 12, Mr. Boyd in row C, section 8.
Runyon's done his part to extend the Appalachian legend. He's taken 7 teams to the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena, including his state championship team of 1996.
Did you leave your wallet here, Kerry? There's one laying right here.
I got it.
There's some money in there. Well, no, you didn't leave it here. No, it's here. It's here.
Had a big game last night, Bill, man.
This is dandy, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Well, that's a great comeback.
Seen nothing like it.
If I got you playing now, baby.
Yet in 24 years of coaching his alma mater, he'd never seen anything like the Tigers' semifinal win over South Floyd the night before.
Nice drive down the lane. Nice puts it up. It's good! It's good! It's good! And the Tigers win it!
I'll tell you one damn thing. That right there go down in history. That's the best damn comeback I've ever seen in my life.
One night later, the Tigers know better than to count on another miracle, Shelby Valley.
Guys, when I was a senior, the only game I remember my whole high school career was to Pikeville in the finals of the 15th regional tournament. And we got beat 66-62, and I always look back on that game. And I say, son, if you'd have done this or you'd have done this, you'd have played in the state tournament. Don't leave with that. Don't leave with that damn thought. Go out there and play your ass off and get yourself to Rupp Arena. 14, go get it! Go get the ball! All right, let's go!
The first half becomes a back-and-forth affair, with Paintsville leading by as many as 4.
Simpkins in the paint takes the jumper good.
But there's a momentum shift with a minute left in the first half.
Prater on the run out to Kaiser, completed. Kaiser to the hoop, got it and he fell. 5 seconds. Left side, Kaiser three-pointer, good. Shelby Valley will go into the dressing room with a 7-point lead at halftime.
All right, what excuse do we have? What excuse do we have now? Come up with him. Come on now. Come on with him. I called switch, he didn't switch. Is that it? If you guys are going to make excuses, you're not going to play in Rupp Arena. And don't you sit there and act like you're getting damn mad. You ought to be mad. You know why you ought to be mad? Because as soon as you go in the game, what does he do? As soon as I put you in the game, what did he do? He went to a damn trapping defense. That's slapping you in the face. He's slapping you in the face. I'll tell you, boys, you was down 17 points at the half last night and got down 25, and you came back and won. You're just down 7 at the half. Go out there and play your asses off. Let's go to Rupp Arena. Come on now, let's go. Let's go.
Coach Runyon's dress downs can cut deep and hurt, but the coach sees it as preparation for the pain these kids will surely face down the road in life. Tate Harmon is a junior guard, and he accepts the coach's challenge.
Harmon has it left corner. Into Rutledge, back out to Harmon, three-pointer, got it!
Inside out.
Let's go, damn it! Let's go!
And the Tigers have cut it to 6.
Whose man is that?
But a coach's call to arms, however desperate or impassioned, is not always answered.
It's either do it or don't do it now. Let's go. It's up to you guys. You either want to do it or you don't.
The Tigers made history with a miracle to get this far, but they won't be making it to the Sweet 16. It's Shelby Valley that's on its way to Rupp.
I'm proud of you, buddy. Thank you. Proud of you. Good job, son.
Thank you, Coach. Proud of you, Dad.
What's meant to be? Get up there, boy. That is Andy. Good. Good.
you seniors, you had a damn good career. It says a lot when you, for 4 years, put up with and deal with a guy like me. And I'm damn proud of you. Now the rest of you, you got to remember how this feels. 1, 2, 3, play hard.
And good afternoon to you, sports fans from Rupp Arena here in Lexington, Kentucky. This is Wes Strader with Coach Al Pruitt. The Dribble Derby, the Sweet 16, the greatest show on earth, gets underway today.
This is the game that you've all dreamed about playing in. Play in it just like you did in your dreams.
Christian County coach Kerry Stovall has his team fired up for their first-round opponent, Male High School. They'll need to play the game of their lives. Male has an impressive pedigree with 4 state championship trophies already on the shelf. They are intimidating, respected, and big.
Nice dribble drive along the left baseline. Pretty reverse move. He lays it in. Christian County hanging right in with the Bulldogs.
Right now, they're playing loose, and we're playing tight.
Christian County can cut it.
Step!
Here with a 3 by Davey that he nails. 30-27.
Darn it! Play! I can't holler any louder.
Male builds a 10-point lead. Christian County cuts it to 1 by halftime.
This team doesn't even compare to us, y'all. You played your guts out the first half. And I've always told you the game of basketball rewards you for hard work. It rewards you. You earned that.
Pulls up in the lane, arches up a 12-footer, good.
We've gotten soft on our D. They're driving right by us.
We got nothing to lose. We're having the time of our lives. Let's go.
Again, it's 3 on none. Davey drives, one-hand jam. Man, on the ropes here. Can they punch back? Down 56-53.
Stay under composure.
With the game on the line, Male High School would have to rely on its inside strength, particularly junior Mike Bush. Bush is widely considered the best high school athlete in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. He's this year's Mr. Football and a favorite for next year's Mr. Basketball. A valiant effort by Christian County falls just short.
Good game, Kerry. Great job.
Bryce Hibbard knows his male Bulldogs barely survive to play another day.
Way to play our tails off, guys. What we've got to find is when we get up 10, we got to find the killer instinct instead of laying back.
You got nothing to hold your head down about. Everybody in the world said we'll choke. You didn't. We'll fold. We didn't. You made the second region proud. You made Christian County proud. You made your families proud. Crap, you had half the dead blame Rupp Arena up. They's proud. Colonels on 3. 1, 2, 3. Colonels. Kevin Taylor. Great game, great year. And I appreciate you letting me be a part of your life for that long. There'll be tears now, but you remember this the rest of your life. Nice job.
You can hear the whispers around Rupp Arena. After 27 years as head coach at North Hardin, could this be Ron Bever's year?
Get on the block!
They go to Sykes in the paint, little 8-footer straight away, bullseye.
His Trojans, ranked #1 in the state, offer just about his best chance yet to win it all. Their first-round opponents, the Owensboro Red Devils, are an athletic bunch that could give the Trojans a real run for their money.
Hunter, a 3, count it, 12.
Late in the first half, the twist of fate of the unkind variety deals North Hardin a blow.
Jarius Sykes hit the deck and banged his knee a bit.
Senior forward Jarius Sykes, a starter, goes down with an injury, a premature end to a high school career. In the locker room, Owensboro coach Mike Stinnett sees the silver lining in his team's halftime deficit.
Look at it, we're down 6, #1 team in the state, and our center only played 2 minutes. Now, how powerful is that? Huh? Come on!
Smith at the foul line, elevates from 15, bullseye.
In the second half, the North Hardin Trojans live up to their #1 ranking. Even without Sykes, they blow out Owensboro. Barbara Prophet's son was the team manager for Ron Bevers a while back. Now she's the team godmother and most revered cheerleader.
I remember that bad word you said.
No, my fault.
This net is the district net, and this one is the region net, and they're working on me one for the state.
I love every single one of you guys with every ounce that I've got in my heart. And I'm so proud of you, words can't describe it.
In addition to Mayle and North Hardin, Lexington Catholic completes the triumvirate of favorites in this Sweet 16. The Knights would have been perfect on the season were it not for a pair of 1-point losses. Danny Haney, a Lexington Catholic alum, has his team practicing at Memorial Coliseum on the UK campus, trying to simulate a big gym feel on the morning of a first-round matchup with Ashland.
If for some reason you make a turnover or miss a shot, don't halfway jog back. You sprint back. I don't give a damn. You know, I got to have you back on defense. And they're not a fast-breaking team, but we don't want to give them those opportunities, okay?
Plenty of bananas, oranges, apples. We are serving spaghetti with meatballs and garlic bread and lots of fruit. No McDonald's before a game.
A home-cooked meal. Just one of the advantages to playing at home in Lexington during the state tournament.
Take a look around you, because this is what we're going to war with. Let's get one for the school, let's get one for Coach Haney, let's get one for ourselves.
The Knights have no choice but to circle their wagons. The purists around the state don't care for him much. And you could put their first-round opponent, Ashland, on the top of that list. Most figure Ashland's done it the way it's supposed to be done. A public school, 4 state titles, more victories than any high school team in the state, third most in the country. The Rupp Arena crowd will rally behind them, not Lexington Catholic. The way folks see it, Lexington Catholic, because it's a private school, recruits.
Recruiting is all about parents. Coaches, I still don't know a guy that goes out and recruits. I'd still say that the parents are 100% responsible. Parents are, they've got one shot at raising their child. And of course, they all think they're going to play college football, basketball, sports free. So they're going to choose the programs that get the most media coverage, the people that travel, the people who've got the right coaches in place, and they'll pay the tuition at private schools or wherever, you know, to make this happen. Parents have got another option.
It comes with a price. Catholic has a lot of animosity aimed towards them. They're nobody in town will play them right now. They're trying to work things out, but I think the public schools shouldn't run scared. I think they ought to meet them head on and go ahead and play them. It's kind of sad the politics and the administrators get in the way of what should be high school pure competition.
Arliss drives it down the right of the lane, missed the layup. Hillenmeyer pulls off the rebound, quickly outlets to Smith. Knights running. They get it to Green. Demetrius underhand scoop to the hole. He got it in.
Flash! Don't anybody dare watch him shoot and stand there.
Big boy's got his head down. Time you got to keep running at him, all right? Let's go, come on.
Catholic by 6. Beach gets a screen out from Davis, works to the right of the lane, takes it toward the basket, put it up, banked it in off the window.
Ashland reduces a large Catholic lead to just 4 points late in the half. But quick as a cat, Catholic strikes back. Ashland's season is over.
We give you a little scare, Podge. Huh? Nah, we had it in the thing. Thanks, girls. How'd we cheer tonight? We cheer good? All right. It wasn't pretty there the second half, but we won, all right? We're back tomorrow. Great job.
Goes in the corner to Dolman. He's going to put it on the floor, drives in the paint, puts it up to the end.
In another first-round matchup, the Warren Central Dragons find themselves pitted against a first-timer to the Sweet 16, the Ryle Raiders. They also find most of Boone County forming a sea of orange in the stands, rooting against them.
Great job!
Ryle goes into halftime with a 10-point lead.
Are you happy to be here? Yeah. Okay. You're playing a super game. Okay. We got 16 minutes to get ourselves to Friday night and get a chance at Mail, who's number 2 in the state or whatever it is.
Leroy Wilson, everything you've been through, you dedicate this game to somebody and you finish it off. You're a freaking man! You be a man! You know where you and I have been, and you and I ain't been there for you not to play your freaking heart out. And you ain't right now. You know how tough you are. Hey, those guys can buy and sell every one of you guys. They can buy and sell every one of you guys. I know where their school's at. It's right around the Cincinnati airport. You don't live there unless you come from money. You guys come, you know where you're from. I ain't never met nobody from Delafield that wasn't tough. Right now, Carrier, West, right
By the Sweet 16, it's not X's and O's, but hearts and souls that a coach calls upon.
Forrest got it, takes it in, puts it up and in. Forrest. This is the game Warren Central wants to play, West. Full court pressure, transition basketball.
Coach Tim Riley appealed to something essential in his team, and they clawed their way back into the game to win it in overtime.
Great job, buddy. I'm proud of you, okay? You're a good kid. Okay? Yeah. For working so hard, man. You did a great job, okay? All right. Good job.
The Whitesburg Yellow Jackets, out of the 14th region, are the surprise entrants to the Sweet 16. No one expects much from them here at Rupp. The Mountain School is inspired, if anything, not surprised by the slight.
I think there is that element of their wanting to show the world we might be mountain people, we might be country people, we might be hillbillies if that's the way people want to look at it, but we're going to beat your socks off when it comes to this game.
Look at this.
And nobody roots for the underdog like Kentuckians. So anytime a mountain team gets on a roll, the fans in Rupp Arena get behind them. As Whitesburg stretches out its second-half lead over Wayne County to 9 points, the crowd senses that something special is brewing.
Whitesburg with a chance to pad that lead a little bit. Brock backs up. Now he drives in the paint, takes it all the way, puts it up off balance. It's going to fall in.
How do they just cut through us so easy and get the ball anytime they want it down there? Oh!
Disbelief turns to relief for Wayne County coach Rodney Woods as his team makes a run to get back into it.
With 8 seconds on the clock, this game is tied, and this young man is under pressure. Shot, good. He got one of them. Whitesburg has the lead. Here comes Green on the dribble up court. 5 seconds. Green behind him to Evan Dick. Evan Dick cross court. Here's the drive. Whistle goes. Whitesburg wins it. Whitesburg wins it 52 to 51.
We did the same thing that happens to so many teams when they come here. So many teams just get scared and panic and just don't play basketball. We heard all the garbage all year long about how we were overrated, and for most everybody that left the gym tonight, they'll think they were right. They'll go out of here and say that it's about as bad a 30-win team as they've ever watched.
3 more games and we're cutting down the nets in Rupp Arena, boys. We're going 1 game at a time all the way through it.
Yeah, it's good just to represent people from the mountains. No one thinks that we can play ball, but we're here to show them what we're all about.
Playing ball is not what Eastern Kentucky's mountains are all about. There's also coal mining and the lumber industry. But the mountain folks have long felt a need to prove themselves on the basketball court. There was a time when the mountain region teams dominated the state tournament. In the 1940s and 50s, towns like Hazard, Hyman, Inez, Carr Creek, and Harlan all won state championships.
A lot of those towns were lumber camps or mine camps, and they had built-in rivalries against each other. And so a lot of the local pride was hitched to sporting rivalries.
If you were really a hot rock jock, a male that the ladies were after, you had to be a good basketball player. Not football, not baseball, basketball.
And the boys played at this favorite pastime with the same grit the men in town brought to and took from their work.
Those men go under that mountain there, you know, and dig coal out of there and bring it out. And in this town, when I was a kid, it was like a Wild West town. You could hear the shooting and everything else at night, you know.
Carr Creek, it was a frontier town. The guys would pour in there on Friday night, get drunker than Cooter Jones, and we'd go down as young men and watch them like be thrown through windows. And you had that same crowd at the games, which could be an altercation up at the top of the gym. Some guy come rolling down through the stands, stop the game, wheel him out, and continue the game.
Jim Calhoun grew up in that tough world, son of a coal miner.
My father told me to be a true, complete Appalachian male, you need to like smoke Camel cigarettes. Number two was be able to shoot all 3 gauges of a shotgun, and the other was be able to drink red whiskey.
In 1956, Calhoun was a sophomore on the Carr Creek basketball team, the state championship team.
It's just an incredible feeling to be a part of a state championship team. It was just a year of celebration. And then you'd start preparing again, see if you could do it again.
Come on, hurry. Hustle in here. You the one got the snowball rolling, son. Draw that number 3 out of there.
It's to you, Father, we come with a humble heart, Father.
A caravan from Shelby Valley had followed their team to Rupp.
Each day we come out and watch them work hard as a sweat road, Father. And all the times they wanted to give up, Father, and they got so hard, Father, they kept going.
They lost in the first round, but they still had their faith, their work ethic, and a 15th regional championship banner to hang in their gym for beating Paintsville.
The community, I know, Father, is truly proud of this team, Father. And I'm sure right now, as you look down upon us, truly you're proud too. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Play hard. 1, 2, 3, play hard. Good job, guys.
As they get ready for their quarterfinal game against North Hardin, Whitesburg doesn't bother to kiss the UK symbol on the Rupp Arena floor, something they had done prior to their first-round knockout of favored Wayne County. But North Hardin had their good luck charm, Barbara Prophet. Whitesburg could have used some sort of magic.
You gotta get your hands in the ball game right here, boys. You suck it up, you show some heart right now.
Whitesburg never had a chance against number 1 ranked North Hardin. Mountain legend Richie Farmer, who once scored 51 points in a state championship game, watches the rout with his 2 sons, just as he's watched all the games at Rupp that week. In the years ahead, Richie Farmer's boys will be reminded of how their dad led Clay County to the state championship in 1987.
Richie Farmer was never a star at UK, and yet there's a boulevard named for him in Manchester, Kentucky. I mean, that tells you the importance that the mountain people attach to their schoolboy legends.
I think if you go from Paducah to Pikeville, you ask people the greatest stories in high school basketball in Kentucky, you know, they won't tell you Louisville Male or Lexington Lafayette. They'll tell you Clay County, Cuba, Carr Creek. You know, because those are the teams and had the players that really captured everybody's imagination.
In 1956,
As far as I'm concerned, I was the best offensive basketball player in the world. That's the way I looked at it. Better than anybody that played the game.
When he was making his mark in Kentucky in 1956, Jerry West was coming out of West Virginia and Oscar Robertson was coming out of Indiana, and Kelly Coleman was considered the best talent of the three.
He was a coal miner's son with a voracious appetite. The numbers of cheeseburgers consumed, the rounds of beer and whiskey drunk, are still matters of heated debate around the state of Kentucky.
He was a wild man. Freddie Maggard and Shep and all of them played in the All-Star games, and they were going somewhere to play, and Kelly had like a 38 or 45 in his belt, and they were stopped to go to the bathroom, and he goes over and shoots and kills this guy's cow. And they get in their car and go on over to Pikeville.
But it was his appetite for scoring points on the basketball court that made King Kelly Coleman the most mythologized high school boy legend in the Commonwealth of Kentucky.
Pearl Combs, and over here, a little town in Hyman. He says Kelly won't get any more than 25 points against us. Of course, I'm just off the top of my head joking. I says, which quarter? And sure enough, at halftime, I had 39. I think I got 60-some that game on him.
By the time the 1956 state tournament rolled around, Adolph Rupp was calling Coleman the greatest high school player who ever lived.
Before he played in the state tournament here in Lexington in '56, they dropped leaflets from airplanes saying, "The King's coming to town." You know, with that kind of hype, who can live up to it? But he did live up to it.
The flyers and the articles, people resented that, you know, and they didn't like me and they booed me. Not many 17-year-olds went through that. It was tough, believe me.
While the booing may have been painful, it sure didn't hurt his shooting. He had 50 in the first game. But in the semifinals, he was stopped by a Carr Creek sophomore named Jim Calhoun.
Kelly was he was a great player, and he could fill it up. But you know what? I stopped his butt. I stopped his butt.
Before the consolation game, Coleman told Lexington sports writer Billy Thompson, "I'm going to go out there and show the crowd how to score points. And then, Billy, you tell him for me to drop dead." He scored 68 points, still a state record, and skipped the award ceremony.
I wouldn't have given that satisfaction, me being there. We went to a bar and sat there with a couple of those big shoopers of beer, drinking those down, watching it on television. I told them then if they wanted to see me play again, they'd have to come to Morgantown, West Virginia.
He never did attend West Virginia. The Mountaineers were put on probation for their recruiting efforts regarding Coleman. He went on to a successful career at Kentucky Wesleyan, but later floundered in the pros. The partying had gotten the better of him.
A lot of things that happened to me after, high school is basically my own fault. The things that I didn't do that I should have done, and it was just the way I was. It was my attitude.
Kelly blames and forgives himself for his forsaken opportunities. And he's also forgiven Kentucky for turning on him at the top of his game. He has a home in Wayland. Like Kelly, the time of its life was nearly 50 years ago. Coal went bust, people moved on. Not even a high school in town, lost to consolidation. There's not much to Wayland anymore, but it will always have the legend of King Kelly Coleman. Nowadays, most Kentucky schoolboy legends come out of the cities. Mike Bush and Louisville Male played in the state championship game last year and lost. In their quarterfinal game this year against Warren Central, Male is struggling, but they'll have to go the distance without Bush, who has fouled out.
59-58 as Burks dribbles through the pack, has it way out to get to Shoemate, and he lays it in.
Hey, you guys are team of destiny. We're going to make a shot. We're going to make a shot.
Are they a team of destiny? Coach Riley's squad has a chance to win it in regulation.
Cummings into Durant, 3.5 seconds left. Durant, an off-balance three, short, off the rim. We are headed to overtime.
You got yourself 4 more minutes, okay?
58 seconds left, down to Durant against Carter.
Conley,
fire a three from the left side, and there. Oh, my.
Warren Central plays its heart out in overtime,
Dunk that sucker and make it.
but is dealt the same fate that 273 other teams must learn to accept in this tournament.
I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I ain't sad, man. Who can be sad with you guys, man? What y'all did out there today? Ain't nobody sad, man. It's tears of joy, man. I ain't never been so proud. This year's been a drain for me, Fred. Man, I'm happy. I don't cry when I'm sad, honey. I don't cry when I'm sad. I'm so proud of you guys, man. Let's get in here. Come on. Come on, get in here. I love you guys.
Love them.
1, 2, 3, love.
Coming right back, baby. We're coming right back. We got here together. Together, yeah.
We played off. I'm so happy, man. I'm so proud of these guys. Proud of them.
Proud of you.
Oh. Look at me, tough little boy. That three, man, that shot fake getting by, and that thing looked good as gold.
You guys should be nothing but proud.
It's a special Sweet 16 premier edition. Last chance before the big dance. Final 4 edition.
Let's play 3, 10 a.m. on a Saturday in March. A bright and early tip-off time for Paducah Tillman against Male High School in the state tournament semifinals. The winner plays again tonight at 8 p.m. in the championship game.
All right, guys, I watched them warm up out there, and I think they're overconfident. I think they think they're going to come out there and run roughshod over y'all.
With 700 wins and 33 years of coaching in Illinois and Kentucky, Paducah Tillman head coach Bill Chumbler has a nose for intangibles like confidence, or too much of it.
Get it to the guy in Cooper, back out it comes to Perry, another free ball. Down it goes again.
It's frustration on Bryce Hibbert's face.
Left side Perry. Now Ches Gibson a free ball. Good.
Well, why not? Everything else is falling.
Paducah Tillman races out to an 8-point halftime lead.
Well, shoot, they've shot the lights out, but we can't freak out because of it. So they made some shots. Man, why can't we just play?
And then, Johnny, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know why you quit on us. If I were your teammates, I'd be all over you. Mike, the same thing. You won't get out and guard anybody?
You can't be getting tired, man. We got 16 minutes. It's going to end of the season. You better suck it up now, man.
Hamilton fakes the three, moves inside the line, an 18-footer, buries it.
Paducah Tillman's just on fire.
Unbelievable.
They not nothing. I thought they were something. They're not nothing.
Male gets outplayed in every aspect of the game, looking like they just met each other outside the arena that very morning. Tillman, a team. Tillman advances to the state championship game for the first time in 51 years.
We were the better team, but we didn't play like it today, and that is life. Sometimes you're given a job to do, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't get done.
State championship, boy! You gotta do this!
Man, come here!
The second semifinal features the glamour matchup of the Final Four.
What are you supposed to do when Quentin gets the ball? Come here! Clear it out!
North Hardin with Ron Bevers looking for his first championship.
There you go! Oh, no, nobody touch that!
Against Danny Haney's Lexington Catholic Knights, ranked number 2. Haney's been to the Final Four 5 times in the last 10 years. But he, too, has never won it all.
Here's Harrison Morton driving, missing the shot, got his own rebound. He puts it in.
Oh, I think it's turning into the Harrison Morton show.
Lexington Catholic has put together a successful season relying on their youth, but some still question the reliability of the 3 talented sophomores. And the slow pace of the first half does make them look a little out of sync.
Smith against that zone, backs up, now breaks it to the baseline, puts a jump shot up and in.
Oh, nice shot by Smith.
At halftime, it's all tied up at 27.
Got 16 minutes, fellas. 16 minutes, all out. That's what it's all about, fellas. This is what makes it fun right here.
In the front court, that's over and back.
Is that over and back?
Mark Bevers explaining something to the referee on the far side of the
Not
court.
over and back. How can he see that?
Catholic gets a break here on the North Hardin turnover.
State semifinal game, you make a call like that.
Lexington Catholic's frenetic team defense turns turnovers into points for every player on the team. Another sign that Coach Danny Haney can truly teach a team-first system of unselfish basketball that works.
Minute 12 from a state championship, an opportunity to play tonight. You hear me, big dog? You hear me? You hear me? Get tough in here.
Harrison Morton on the dribble. He drives right down the middle and lays it in there. He went right by Woods.
As is often the case, the game was much closer than the final score would indicate.
I know the pain some of you are feeling. I understand it because I think I've got it too. Seniors, get your heads up. I don't want you looking at the floor when I'm talking to you. You got to cry with your head up. We're going to handle it like men. That's life. That's the way life is. Fellas, it's what we started out for, October 15th, isn't it? Huh? Games, you just beat one hell of a team.
Thank you for all those years.
North Hardin's godmother, Barbara Prophet, consoles her boys. Part of the hurt, maybe the worst part, they won't be handing her a championship net to add to her collection. Five hours after they beat North Hardin in the semifinals, Coach Danny Haney's Lexington Catholic Knights returned to Rupp Arena to play Paducah Tillman for the state championship.
Y'all know my lucky number, right? What is it? All right, 3. It's our 3rd trip to the final. All right, we're in locker room 3. We win this game. It's 33 wins. You all believe in all that? You got 3 pair of socks on.
How many points you want? I'm at 20. 20 at least.
Both teams seem a little giddy. 1 hour before game time, fans jostle in the lobby of a hotel next to Rupp Arena to see their beloved Kentucky Wildcats compete in the NCAA tournament. So Kentucky head coach Tubby Smith won't be at the game to see his son Brian direct traffic as the starting point guard for the Lexington Catholic Knights.
What about Smith? He's going to be a good one too, isn't he? Yeah. I'm glad his dad's not here. He plays better when his daddy's not here.
A great crowd here at Rupp Arena tonight for this state championship game.
This is a magical moment. It's just like the 4th of July.
Over 16,000 Kentucky faithful jam into Rupp Arena to be a part of the final step in this basketball journey.
Lexington Catholic going to come out and put some early pressure on, and there's a steal by William Graham. He breaks the head of the field, drives, and dunks with 2 hands. Right side to Green for the 3, right wing, bullseye.
Lexington Catholic goes on one of their trademark runs right at the outset. The near-perfect execution recalls a first-half performance they put on versus Elizabethtown in the state championship 2 years ago.
Lexington Catholic was up like 13 at halftime, and I go in and they have like a little room off to the side of Rupp Arena where the side of the locker rooms, and I'm in there making a phone call, and Danny Haney sticks his head in. It's where the trophies are. And he's kind of, I said, what are you doing? So, you know, and I took it that he was peeking at the trophies. Yeah, they come out the second half and get blitzed.
The Knights' lead is 4 at halftime. Coach Haney does not peek at the trophy this time.
Ball out intensity, rebound, get on the loose balls, everything. Take it at them. Get our crowd in. We've got one heck of a crowd out here. Let's go out there and play football.
Somebody told me we were going to spot a miss many layups. We're going to have that many turnovers. I said, we're done. But the good part is, we're not done.
Smith, right of the circle. Bryant penetrates into the lane. 10-footer over Hill is good.
But they were done. Lexington Catholic put on a clinic in the second half that wore Tillman down. It was more a coronation than a competition.
Come here, you son of a bitch.
The Catholic bench is jumping up and down. Start the party in Lexington. The Lexington Catholic Knights are the kings of Kentucky basketball for 2002.
What do you think of that? Huh? You happy?
The Sweet 16 MVP Demetrius Green is only a sophomore and newest member of the Kentucky Schoolboy Legends Society, joining the likes of Wesley Unseld, Richie Farmer, and King Kelly Coleman. The times are different, but the sounds of celebration are the same. And the Lexington Catholic community will soak up this victory with pride, just like the little mountain towns that won Kentucky State Championships back when. The trophy's a little bigger, the pomp and circumstance back at the school gym a little grander, the medals a little heavier, but all that's just a modern-day turn on an age-old truth.
When you start out as a 5-year-old young man, and you're taught that you train to win the state championship, to be the best in the state of Kentucky. The community met us at the Breathitt County, Perry County line. And here we go, and the fire trucks, and our champions have arrived. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to be a champion.
5 days after he told his story, Jim Calhoun died of a heart attack. His family and teammates will always remember the way he regarded the world with a wink, the way he took pride in the Carr Creek community, and the day he stopped King Kelly Coleman. Years ago, in the mountains, they grew up playing together all year long for want of anything else to do. The Lexington Catholic kids played together all year long because that's all they wanted to do. In this age of instant access to unlimited options, with so much out there for kids to do, some people say basketball just isn't as important as it once was. None of them live in Kentucky.